Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So I've been trying to figure out what brands sell on Vinted and for how much, because I've moved all of my pre-owned clothing from eBay to Vinted, which I'll tell you why in a minute. But I've had quite a few new subscribers recently, so if you are new, hi, I'm Sarah, I'm a single mum, I'm a student, and I make videos about different ways to make money online. So I'm really loving Vinted. I've had really mixed results though with pricing. I've no idea how to price things because on eBay, if you watched any of my videos before, then you'll know that I usually sell on eBay. I've sold on eBay for a long time, usually pre-owned clothing, and you can go back on the sold listings and see what sold, how much. They even have like a whole research tab now, along with Terapeak, where you can go back. You can see the sell-through rate, you can see how many's listed, you can see everything, which is super helpful in knowing what to buy and what to list on there. But with Vinted, there is nothing like that. You can see what has sold, but only what you've sold. If you go to your profile, scroll to the bottom, then you can see, what items you've sold. But it's not really helpful. I have done a review video about Vinted before, where I show you my 1 year profit update if you want to see that. But I have sold some things that are £1, like kids' clothes for £1 each, because they do bundles on there. So I have done that, but I've also sold coats and dresses and stuff for like £20, which is really good because if you know anything about Vinted, there's no seller fees. So if you sell something for £20, you actually get £20 in your bank, which is amazing. But what I have found is if you list things, this is across all selling platforms, if you list things really low, and I see a lot of new sellers doing this, they'll just list items really low to try and sell them and get them moving. It does like the opposite effect, because if you go to buy something and it's £1, you instantly think that it's of low value because it's so cheap. And if you, especially for vintage items, if you see like a dress that's like, I don't know, £20–30, you instantly just think it's better quality than a dress that's £1. It's a real thing. It's like the marketing placebo effect, where if you get what you pay for, basically. Everyone, even if you want a bargain and you'd love to buy something for a few pound, in the back of your mind you do think cheap means cheap, low value. So with that in mind, I have found that pricing things higher, I do tend to do better. So I do find that pricing things higher is better, but also I want to sell things, so I want to price things at a reasonable price, and it's really hard to know what that is on Vinted, and it's also really hard to know what kind of items to sell on there because it's new. It's really hard to know, like, does men's clothes do well on there? Is it just women's? I know they have a home section, so they sell toys and books, but do toys and books actually sell on there, or are you better listing them on eBay? So I've been trying to figure out a way to find this out, and Vinted do have a popular brands section which shows like a list of all these brands, but it shows the number of how many of that brand is listed, like actively listed, and that doesn't really mean that it's popular. It just means it's popular with sellers, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's selling more. So that's kind of useless. If there's like 1,000,000 Ralph Lauren t-shirts, then if you have one, you're probably going to struggle to sell it. But I have found something that I think is really cool and it might be helpful. So for like the past week or two, I've been redesigning my website and I think it looks really awesome and I'm really happy with it. But doing that, I've been taking like blogging courses and stuff like that. And in blogging courses, you always do about keyword research, and the free and most popular keyword research tool is on the Google Ads website, and I'll just take you across there. This is the Google Ads website, and you can sign up for a free account. If you sign up for a free account, you can use their keyword tool. So you go to Tools, Keyword Planner, Discover New Keywords, and if I was just messing around with this and I just thought I'd type in Vinted and see what happened. So this will give you just a giant list of all the most popular searches in the last 30 days, and it'll show you on average how many people have searched for that term. And if you scroll down, you start seeing some brands. So these brands are the most popular brands that have been searched by buyers, not what's been listed by sellers, but what have actually been searched in Google in the last 30 days. And what's really cool is you can even see the trend. Like Guess was really popular, then it went down. You've got Rituals, you've got Max Mara, Monster High, which is, the kids' toys. So obviously kids' toys are selling, well, people are searching for them. North Face, North Face again, Funko Pop, North Face again, Crocs, Superdry. So using this keyword planner, even though it can't tell you what has actually sold, it does show you what people are searching for, and obviously if people are searching for it, there is a demand for it and people actually are interested in it. So I got really excited when I saw this, and I decided to make a list of all the most popular searches for the last 30 days on Vinted, eBay, Etsy and Depop. And I think it's really interesting what I found. So some of the things are really obvious, like on Etsy it's more like art things, wall art, crystals, earrings, crochet and stuff like that. But what I did find interesting about Etsy is Harry Potter and Starbucks were the two of the most popular searches on Etsy on Google in the last 30 days. So that's interesting to know. If you maybe like custom things on Etsy, then you know, maybe have a look into Harry Potter things. Also wedding gifts were like, there was loads of searches for wedding gifts, wedding hats, that kind of thing on Etsy. So I did the same for Vinted, eBay and Depop. Depop is kind of what I was expecting. There's Nike, Y2K, but then I noticed on Depop so many of the searches were of people, and I understand that Depop is like that. You follow people. I've never sold on Depop, I don't think. I think I did list a few items, but I just didn't get the platform, so I've never bothered with it. But you can tell just from the searches that people are searching for specific people, like Katie Price, Olivia Rodrigo, who I'm sure my daughter goes on about a lot. I have no idea who that is. But all these people, they were the most popular search terms. So if you have a following of some kind, then you'll probably do better on Depop than, like, say, someone like me, who I don't have, you know, a fashion following, obviously. But yeah, I just thought it was really interesting. And on Vinted, you can see that even Primark was a really popular search. So Primark clothes, high street clothes, there was Superdry, North Face, that kind of thing. So it was more affordable clothing, and toys as well, kids toys, with Monster High being one of the most popular searches. Now, one of the things that did kind of surprise me was eBay. None of the popular searches at all were clothing or brands, which really surprised me, because I know how many people sell clothing on eBay. And I'm not saying it's selling clothes on eBay is dead or anything like that, but when you look at the top searches, it just makes me think maybe there's better platforms for selling used clothing. The main things on eBay were books, games consoles, watches, Lego, that kind of thing. Hello, Rosie. So what I always suggest is to cross-list items. There's a few different sites you can use now, but Zipsale is the one that I've used, where you can cross-list between these 4 sites. But I think this list just gives a really good idea of what sells or what's more in demand on each of these sites, and it does make sense when you look at it. So I think it's just a really good thing to think about. Maybe not put everything into eBay, because I know it's worldwide. I'm not dissing eBay at all, because I love eBay, but there are other options, and I think Vinted is really growing and getting more popular. And I absolutely love Vinted. I could talk about it all day. Obviously not having seller fees is a huge deal. I hope they keep that going forever. And if you're not sure what to sell, I have come up with an even bigger list, which you can download for free. I don't even ask for your email address or anything, of an even longer list of all the most popular brands of that have been searched for the last 30 days on eBay, Vinted, Etsy and Depop. Even if you're wanting to sell online but you're just not sure what, there were some things I found on this that really got me thinking. Like on Etsy, dog beds were a really popular search, which just gave me the idea that if, you know, you're wanting to start a small business online but you just have no idea what, just have a look through this list. You might just come up with some, you know, random idea, like a new dog bed business on Etsy. At least you know people are actually searching for it, and knowing that people are actually searching for it means they want to buy it. There is opportunity everywhere. So I hope that was interesting. I really enjoyed going through that and looking at all the different searches, and it really gave me some ideas of different things I want to try, which I just wish there was more time in the day, because I have so many things I want to do and I just don't have the time. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you, and if you want to get the free download, it's linked in the description. And thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next one.